morning, welcome to the Southern Air Jet Force Smackdown Air Dual Service. And today, got another Travel Sized Smackdown for you. Gonna be doing a trip to Gdansk in Poland from London. And I get to try Wizzair and Ryanair side by side, so get to compare the two. I'm just on my way to Luton now. It's a very deserted London Victoria. And I've already had a confirmation from Wizzair that my flight's going to be 1 hour delayed. Typical, eh? Right, I'll catch you when I'm at Luton. Right, this is coming up to 7 AM and welcome to Luton Airport, where we did our first, where me and Matt actually did a Travel Sized Smackdown between EasyJet and Eurostar. So yeah, today it's Wizzair versus Ryanair. I'm just about to get a Wizzair flight from Luton Airport, and I shall see you in a few minutes. Yeah, can you believe that in the UK we actually have a song about this airport? Yeah, it's real, look it up. Cats UK, 1979. Right, so it took me 17 minutes to get through security this morning. Pretty good for Luton in the middle of the February half term. My flight's running an hour late, so I'm gonna, as I've got some extra time, I'm gonna see if I can use my priority pass to get me into the lounge. Here's to my birthday barista. Cheers. Boarding gate 24. See you on the aircraft. All aboard. Got a decent wing and engine view there. All these hard blue and pink seats. Yeah, should be about a 2.5 hour flight down to Gdansk. I'll catch up with you once we've taken off. We've got just under 2 hours now to fly between Luton and Gdansk. So Wizzair, as you can see, is an Airbus A320 operator, focusing heavily on the A320 and 21neo. But we still have some A320ceos from when they first started up, and there's an A321ceo which we're putting on now. For operating a single aircraft type, this is quite a diverse lineup. This is Wizzair's current route map as of early 2026. As you can see, you can fly Wizzair from Iceland all the way down to Saudi Arabia, as well as operating to places like Egypt, Israel, United Arab Emirates. Although you would have to make at least 1 or 2 stops to do the full one side of the network to the other. I gotta admit, 3 or 4 flights across half the world on Wizzair A321s does sound pretty bloody uncomfortable. So we're about an hour, not even an hour into the flight, but we've already gone up and down with the snack car. Now obviously I had quite a bit of food in the lounge, so we're just going to have that's called refreshing beverage. This is something that's unique to Wizzair for about €4.50. This is a happy pink lemonade. Looking forward to trying this, strawberry and lemon flavour. And also got a Nesquik wafer. I haven't had Nesquik in ages. Just a good idea. Okay, we are getting ready to descend. We are going to be arriving probably in the next 20 minutes or so to Gdansk. So far this has been a pretty smooth flight with Wizzair. Yeah, cheap and cheerful, ticked all the right boxes, but I'll give you a bit more thoughts once we're in Gdansk. See you on the ground. Better look at the seats. So as you can see, it's a basic blue ironing board seat with some pink trimmings. It's not too bad for this like 2-hour flight, but I certainly wouldn't want to sit on this flight 4 or 5 hours. Britannia, Gdansk. Well, Wizzair, cheap and cheerful, did the job. As far as budget airlines go, you can get some very good deals with Wizzair, especially if you want to go out towards Eastern Europe. And if you want to fly from Gatwick or Luton, they do offer some places in the sun during the summer, on and off. So, definitely an airline worth looking into every now and then. However, Ryanair, see how old, reliable Ryanair goes, because we featured Ryanair several times on the Travel Sized Smackdown already, and just in general in our Southern Airs vlog. So let's see how they hold up tomorrow. I'm going to catch up with you in this vlog in a couple, well, it'll be a couple of seconds from your perspective, it'll be tomorrow from my perspective. I'm off to enjoy my birthday in Gdansk. I've just got to find the bus. Well, it's the following evening. We've had a great time in Gdansk. And there's my ride. Boeing 737 MAX 8200 series. Ryanair, flying back on one of these for the first time. I have flown a Buzz MAX before, but today we actually get to fly the real deal. So yeah, boarding starting shortly. I'll catch up with you on the plane. So as you can see, Ryanair's still unloading the previous flight and the crew get to go on and do their checks. But we're actually checking in, and putting people on the jetway. So Ryanair's clearly doing their famous boarding but not boarding. There's no way we're getting on the plane anytime soon. Okay, here we go. Buzzed in. Now we just got to get down to the plane in a couple of minutes, which could take a while. As for the flight out, I think this is also going to be a full one. All aboard, and we've got the Boeing Sky Interior tonight, and we have two windows. Right, I'll catch up with you when we're out there. So just a quick update. On a remote stand, we have pushed back, safety demo's all done, but you can probably just about see outside the window. I get in de-ice because it's -1 and snowing outside. And I've got to admit, it's pretty cool seeing these little guys in action. Lights on. Cabin service will be starting shortly. This is where Ryanair gets a bit on the point off versus Wizzair. Wizzair gives you a seat back pocket with literature and menu. Ryanair doesn't give you that at all, doesn't even give you a bottom, but again, some people like it, some people don't, some people walk around. You can see we've got decent leg room for someone my height. Going back, seat pocket, we've got the seat which does seat things, and then this, but Ryanair, if you're on the ground, have a Bluetooth speaker, you can use that to bring up the menu, which is pretty nifty, but only if it works. So about half hour into the flight, I've got my order in, gone with Ryanair's famous €12.50 meal deal. I've come behind with a Coke, Pringles, a rather nice looking cheese and ham toasty, so tuck in. So it's dark outside and can't film much, but we are preparing for landing into London Stansted. We'll catch up with you on the ground once I'm off the plane, so just bear with me a few minutes and I'll see you soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to London Stansted, where the local time is 7 p.m. For your own comfort and safety, please remain seated with your seatbelt secured fastened until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the captain has switched off the fastest sign.
Just getting ready to get off the plane now, but just a quick look at the seat. Pretty similar to what you get on Wizzair, just in dark blue with yellow trimmings. There's no worse or better in terms of comfort. So yeah, I'll give you a full conclusion once I've gone through passport control, so see you in a few minutes. Well, here we are. Welcome to Camp Stansted. Stansted Airport. Right, I need to go catch a coach in an hour back to Bournemouth. Gotta go via Victoria, as I did on the way up. To be quite honest, when it comes to Stansted and Luton, coming from Bournemouth, the transport situation doesn't make too much of a difference when you're using coaches, especially when you've got to consider having a healthy connection time either end regardless. So, again, back on point though, Ryanair or Wizzair? Well, it's neck and neck. Now, Ryanair and Wizzair were both delayed, but Wizzair was delayed by an hour because they opted to use a flight that came in from Bucharest, hence why my flight got delayed. Whereas Ryanair was legitimately delayed 20 minutes only because they had to do the de-icing procedure. But price-wise, they're both very similar. I think Wizzair was a little cheaper than Ryanair, but it was only about £5 on the base fare. Amenities on seat selection, Ryanair I managed to get a seat for, I think it was about £8 for the seat I was in, and I was in a very similar position seat with Wizzair, and it cost me 16. Overall, in-flight menus are pretty similar, onboard service is pretty similar, but out of Wizzair versus Ryanair, I think I'm going to have to give this one to Ryanair. Wizzair put up a great fight, but I think on this particular occasion, under the circumstances of the trip that I was on, I think Ryanair just over-edged them. On that note, you've been listening and watching These Southern Airs Travel Sized Smackdown, Wizzair versus Ryanair. Thank you for watching. Good night. See you in the next one.